my hot take is addiction is not a disease that is incurable. Addiction is just a frequency that's covered in guilt and shame. And when you address that guilt, that shame, that fear at its core, there's no space for addiction to live anymore. To be an addictive habit that you've noticed and become aware is harmful to your body, right? You are basically telling your creator, whoever you believe in, that you're unworthy. That a substance, a person, because people get addicted to people, places, and things, is more important than you. And then it becomes a worthiness conversation. Anything that's extremely harmful, when addiction doesn't exist, I'm no longer going to put things in my body that I know are going to cause it harm, like drugs.
Yeah, because you know your worth. Or you're like, I'm valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to get an SUV for my next car. Because I want safety, dude.
Okay.
Because I'm realizing, like, I got to be safe.
Yeah. All the things. I mean, I had breakthrough just the other day, like buying things for myself just because. Like, I'm deserving of, whatever, fill in the blank, nice clothes, nice shoes, nice this. Like, it's not an attachment to things. It's, I get to feel good. I get to look nice. I get to dress nice. I get to drive a nice SUV, right? So many people buy those things to mask that unworthy. We all know, like, the men with the big trucks. Humans cling to belongings to put up a mask of, well, if I'm a millionaire and I have a fancy car and a fancy house, people won't know that I talk negatively to myself every single day. And the people that have created millions of dollars with that mindset, that's a lot of force. And I can tell you that they have a lot of health issues because the body always will keep score. And it may take time, but those people have health issues. Those are the people that end up with cancer and things like that. Because energy stored in the body turns into physical ailments. I mean, that's why you hear miracles of people curing cancer and they're going like the spiritual route, and people are like, that's not truth. And I mean, it is.
Yeah.
There's countless stories of people that had cancer and went to work on forgiving themselves or forgiving their trespassers, people that have done harm to them, and have healed cancer, gone back to the doctors and have been cancer-free.
Yeah, I remember seeing this lady on television. She was she stayed home, quit her job, and watched comedy movies all day long and just laughed.
Yes.
She got rid of her cancer.
It could be that simple.
Yeah.
She was probably angry.
Here's a thought that I don't want to lose here. It has to do with a spiritual success plan. Okay? Because, we've got a plan for our lives. I hope most people do. You got a plan for your finances. What about like a self-mastery plan? I think that's something that's missed. People put themselves 5 layers down.
You can't.
No, I think it needs to be number one.
Number one. Always. Your relationship with yourself is number one. And I tell my husband this all the time. He will always be number two. In relationship sense, like my relationship with myself is always going to be number one, because I've learned through trial and error, when I put other people first, even in the mindset of like, I'm supporting others, I'm guiding others, I'm helping other people heal. But if I'm not doing the same for myself, I'm creating a losing situation for me, but everybody else is winning. As far as a practice goes, I think that's very different. I think that's customizable, and I think it's always changing. And again, people get into attachment because I'm sure people that have morning routines that after a time just becomes a checkbox. I'm going to meditate, I'm going to read my book for 20 minutes, I'm going to go running, I'm going to go to the gym, right? And after a while, it feels yucky, and you're like, oh, I got to go running again, I got to read a book, I got to meditate. Our self-care practice then becomes a checklist, and you're not filling your cup up. You're actually depleting it because of the way that you're thinking about it. I mean, I was a personal trainer. I've worked with so many people just around their mindset of like why they go to the gym. If I have clients that work out, I'm like, why do you do it? Because that uncovers a lot. Because people are like, oh, I want to do it to be healthy. I'm like, is that the real reason? Because a lot of people go to the gym because they hate their bodies. I want my body to look like this, not like it is now, right? Taking us out of the present moment. So it's tricky. The ego in the mind is tricky. Even when you think, you're doing something good, like reading, meditating, listening to a podcast, or going to the gym, you get to really be super aware and curious around your motives as to why you're actually doing those things. Because for a long time, I went to the gym because I hated my body. I want to look like this.
Right.
I want to have a six pack and I want massive legs and a big butt and all of this stuff. And years and years and years of that, twisting and contorting my body to be in different shapes, left me depleted, left me still hating my body. And I'm just like, oh, I get to just love my body in whatever shape or form it is. That does not negate, the need to be healthy in today's world. That's why I'm like big component of physical movement, not just to be healthy, but also the release of energy in the body, because we hold on to that fear, that guilt, that shame in different parts of our body. So in the practice of a coaching relationship and the mindset work, you also get to be doing body work.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about your event that's going to have some movement in it.
It's going to be amazing.
What do you got cooking for us?
Amazing. So
what can you share?
I can share it all. There's no secrets. What will be created in the space, I know it's going to be magic, but I allow myself to be guided divinely. So what comes out may not be what I plan, but it is, we start with a Dharma talk. So me speaking, call it a little keynote around, my life equation, which is power times purpose equals prosperity. And we can talk about that afterwards. But the event is really about the power part and identifying where we give up our power to that voice in our head or to other people, like right in people pleasing. So Dharma talk to set the scene. And then I have my very good friend, Marina. Do you know Marina? She's Breathwork. I love her. So we're partnered up. She's co-facilitating with me. She'll be leading breathwork after a little group exercise. And then we'll be going into some movement because I'm a yoga teacher. So we'll be doing lots of twisting and wringing out of the body, then followed by more breathwork. And then we'll do like a very powerful, muscle fatiguing yoga flow. And that's the reclaiming part of it. Reclaiming back, taking back your power, taking back your energy, and then finishing it with more breath work. In words, it doesn't sound as magical as the energy that's alive in my body. Some things just don't have words. It's an experience. Fair. You gotta be there.
And this all came to you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Thought.
Divine guidance. One day I was just sitting there and I was like, it was really in the path of where can I speak on stage, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to build a stage. I'm just going to build a platform for me to build community, be able to speak, be able to guide, which is something that I enjoy doing. And I love teaching yoga. So I just in like 48 hours, created an event, everything, the marketing, all of it, everything that goes into an event.
Yeah.
In that period, I realized that I love planning events. And I love creating experiences for people because it's experiences that have woken me up over my lifetime, whether that was crashing a car going 75 miles per hour on the highway because I fell asleep, or, going to a plant ceremony or going to a breath work, different experiences. It's just a vehicle to trigger thought processes, to try on a new pair of glasses. So the experience is try on a new pair of glasses. A pair of glasses that say you're powerful just because. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to prove anything to yourself, to others. You're just powerful just because you woke up today. That's what people forget. The second we wake up, we start giving our power away. Snoozing, the alarm, that's the best one.
Is it?
You're breaking integrity.
Really?
Yeah. You ever set an alarm and snooze it? You are already cutting yourself down before your feet have even touched the ground because you went to bed the night before and said to yourself, I'm going to wake up at 4 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m., whatever time it is.
Yeah.
And then when that time came, you snoozed.
Dang.
So in that moment, you've broken integrity with yourself. And if it starts with ourselves, if you don't have that self-trust, that self-integrity, best believe that outwardly, you're going to come across people that are not in integrity, people that are not going to be in their words. That's like, especially coaching, having clients, the best mirror, especially in a relationship, you're going to see that reflected back to you. Clients calling late, clients not calling. It's all a reflection of you. So yeah, people, the second you wake up, that's why one practice that I have is the second that I wake up, it is an immediate, I don't like the word positive, but an immediate positive reel, effective stories, right? I like effective or non-effective because it's it's more neutral, because who's to say something's positive or negative,
That's
or right
subjective.
or wrong, subjective, effective or non-effective. Non-effective, snoozing. I'm late to the gym. Effective, getting out of bed as soon as my alarm goes off. I get to the gym. I'm feeling good. I have a fire day. It's so simple once you begin to unravel that. It's the smallest things. So like these events are really helping to identify those small leaks. Because if you have a boat, and obviously if there's a massive hole, it's going to sink. But if you have little holes, hundreds of them, it's going to take some time, like pinholes. Think like pinholes in a boat. It's going to take some time for that boat to start slowing down and for you to realize that it's sinking. Every single time you snooze that alarm, it's another hole. Every single time you say, time's another one. I'm going to be there at 3, and you're not there. You're not being your word, another hole. So the ego will trick us into believing that because you didn't die by snoozing your alarm, it's okay. But eventually you start to realize that your boat is sinking, your energy's off, you're not feeling right, like you're just feeling sluggish. It's all of those little holes that have begun to sink your boat.
Right.
So then people go into chaos and panic. Something's not right with me. Something's wrong. It's going
Death by
to
1,000 cuts.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
The success of our business and our lives is embedded in the most minute details.
Mm-hmm. And we overlook them. We're like, we didn't die. It's okay. I was just 10 minutes late.
Yeah. Low standards, bare minimums.
Mediocrity.
What's one thing that you're a coach?
Yes,
Right? You talk to people.
I do.
You get into their minds.
Every day. I love it.
Yeah, let's call it work. What is something that, based off your line of work, that most people would never know unless they do what you do?
How badly humans talk to themselves on a daily basis.
Damn.
That's why I get in this work. Because that's like what breaks my heart.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pain point for me. If you are not in this work, you don't realize how negatively you talk to yourself, or people talk to themselves on a daily basis. So it's like, and then that's where you can find love and compassion in this world, is that when you begin to see that in yourself and realize that you're no different than anybody else, you start to look at the world very differently. And you go into a space with hundreds of people, you know that they all have that internal dialogue that they're not good enough or they're unworthy, and you find that love and compassion for humanity. And you find that connection and the realization that we're all connected, and no one is better than, less than, or disconnected from. That's what makes us human. And that's where you then, you soften into love just because. And that's what has the potential to cure diseases, ailments, and to cure the state of the world that we're living in that's filled with hate and anger.
Right.
Because it's ugly.